Hello, beautiful souls. All right, well, I just woke up. Um, wow, I had a really busy weekend. My weekends usually aren't this jam-packed. Um, I know I made a video about one of the people that I met over the weekend yesterday. I'm not sure I'm going to post it. It was another Adventures in Dating episode. Um, but with this full moon and partial lunar eclipse, I don't know about you, but I had the opportunity to learn a whole bunch this weekend about myself, about how I'm moving in the world, but also noticing my programming or where might have stepped in before, and this idea of I am not gonna settle anymore in relationships of any kind, even friendships. Um, you know, right before I was going to bed last night, I rewatched Teal Swan's Compromise video because um the idea of compromising kept coming in over the weekend. And partly it's I was spending time with people who uh aren't as spiritual as I am. They don't really necessarily go with their gut. It's more of like regular people, which I mean, I don't really spend a lot of time with regular people. So, one of the things, we were on this beach up in Deception Bass, and I was talking about some of the things my team has, conveyed to me. And I mean, I've talked about this before, but I mean, I have a team. My team, in my own mind and how I see it, is me, my guardian angel, other angels. I have guardians as well. Um, I know my friend Kathy's like, yeah, you, Sally, you have three that are there. But I can call in more if I need them. So I was explaining how, my mission works, and, that although I would love to have a romantic connection right now, that my team has conveyed that now is the time for me to be on mission work. And some of that has to do with dating and romantic relationships. But a lot of that is like, it's not like don't be distracted by that. I have other work to do too. So I was telling this guy, and he's like, wow, must be nice to have a team so you never have to actually take responsibility for any of your decisions. He said a lot of things like that where I was like, wow, dude. So here's the deal. My team, this is a collaboration. I'm like, I guess, some people might make decisions and then want to blame other people for the outcome. Uh, I don't blame anybody, not even my team for the outcome of what I choose to do. I don't know. Probably the best way I can even describe it is that I was exposed to a very different paradigm and way of thinking and moving in the world, and I was just like, wow, I have a hard time understanding this. And I mean, that's just it. I have a hard time understanding, and I found myself, even regarding all kinds of different things, like he couldn't understand where I was coming from. Even about not being vaccinated, he's like, so you don't believe in science? I'm like, wow. All right, well, I took lots of 300 level biology classes in university, but evidently I'm not following the science. So, anyway, long story short, we were supposed to meet up again. I told him, I said, yeah, I'm just looking for friends right now. If you wanna be my friend, let's do stuff together. Let's have fun, go do things. We both like the same restaurants. We like doing the same outdoor stuff. And I was like, yes. But he couldn't handle it, man. He messaged me yesterday and pretty much told me that because we were supposed to get together, pretty much said he was going to try to seduce me. And I sat there on that for a minute, and I was like, I, and the way he put it was, some gals might have thought, oh, this guy really likes me. I thought, wow, this guy didn't listen to a thing I said about being friends. And all of a sudden, he doesn't feel like he's a safe place or person to be with because he didn't hear me. And even when I responded to his telling me that he wanted to seduce me, basically, in a nutshell, and I just said I couldn't put myself in that situation because I had already told him what kind of relationship I wanted with him. and he responded with, well, now I know what your true intentions are. And I was like, I already told you. There is no, maybe this is true. No. I told him I'm authentic. I told him the truth. Like, period. So, I just told him I wasn't going to put myself in that position, that I wouldn't be meeting with him. I figured if I can't be safe with him, feel safe, then he's not my friend. And that is Cleekly. And that's pretty much the message for all y'all. If you can't feel safe in relationships, leave. Life's too short to be walking on eggshells. Yeah, so anyway, he texted me and said he realized that he handled the whole thing wrong and that he just wants another chance. But I'll tell you what, integrity and respect, I I deserve to be listened to. And for me, with my past and where I have been, I have made huge strides. I value my own desires and I know what I want. So, and I even told him when I was meeting with him that I knew that what I wanted wasn't going to line up with what he wanted. And I said, I'm sorry, but this is just the way it is for me right now. And he thought he could bully me. He might say seduce, but if somebody has already said, I just want to be friends, and that it's because of the mission work I'm doing, and I have friends first, no matter what, and then tell me that they're going to try to sleep with me, I don't want it. I don't want them. And I realize I have gotten to a point where I will not put myself in those situations anymore. I don't know if I've talked about hubris on this YouTube channel before, but the idea of hubris, I know that I was in a relationship in 2018, and my counselor even then was talking about how I seemed very confident and even to the point of overconfidence in the relationship I was in about the amount of influence that I could have. Because I was with a very controlling, that was weird, psychopath just dropped into my head. But anyway, I don't really like the using of the labels. However, if the shoe fits. Anyway, I would say mentally ill. And so my therapist was talking about hubris and that idea of, it is kind of resembles an arrogance, but it's an overconfidence that will lead to destruction or bad shit. And so I looked up hubris again because I don't know what the deal is, but these Greek gods, everything, this is all coming in again for me. The hierarchy of the universe keeps coming in, which some people will say that's not a thing. The fact that this is actually a game keeps coming in. And I know that Kathy and I saw and felt that we actually know somebody who actually ascended. And so what that means is, like, normally when she sees a picture, even if they've already crossed over, they she can get a story on them. But we found somebody where there is no story except for my human memories and connections and pictures that don't lead anywhere else anymore because he won. He finished the game. You can say ascended. I don't know how to look at it. Except for that there is not, he doesn't come to visit me. I've always known that. And he is gone. He has, he's not playing this game anymore. So anyway, those are the things that are coming in. And do not settle, ever. The idea of compromise is a dangerous thing. Go ahead and compromise and be okay with it if you are okay not being happy. And I'm not talking about the little stuff. I'm talking about the big stuff. And I'm also talking about the idea and the programming that being willing to compromise equals love, and how that's all wrapped in with codependency. And it's not. It's a recipe for resentment and pain and continuation of not fulfilling your own dreams and wants and desires. And even in when I say that, even in any relationship, because even if you're the one that never has to compromise, the other person will be the one compromising. And there's plenty of relationships I see like that. Hi. Hello. Kitty. Anyway, just wanted to share a little bit about that. The other thing that is interesting is in dream time, all of my dreams were about water. And the game of water. And so don't be surprised if you're feeling very, very, very emotional to the point of drowning, feeling like you're drowning. Remember that you do feel it to heal it. And if you're having a hard time with some of your feelings, like what I tell my clients is like, if you allow them to flow, they will be temporary. They normally don't last more than 2 minutes, at least when I help people with them. So let it flow. We got this. We're shifting. We're beginning to feel more and feel more deeply. We are really shifting the paradigm of what it means to love and to feel loved, like for reals. The plastic, fake Ola, codependency, compromise. We're starting to realize that that is not a recipe for happiness. Anyway, it has been an amazing weekend, full of learning. And yeah, now is the now's where I like put it all together. Like, and I have been like last night, I just sat there. I was like, whoa, after I got back from the beach with Brandon, I was like, oh, wow, this has been an amazing weekend. Anyway, I love you guys. We have a lot of incoming solar stuff coming in over the next 3 days. I keep hearing 3 days. Hydrate. Get some rest if you're really tired, because it's going to be intense. And you might be feeling a lot. And remember, feeling a lot is okay. We're human. That's one of the gifts of being human, is feeling.